Hi, Fabian. Good evening. How are you today?
Hi, teacher. Fine, fine. And you?
I'm okay, thank you. So, what did you do today?
In my work is today is very boring. Eh, um, we go uh, Rancho Blanco
Okay.
is the industrial park.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, we fixed uh, creo que motor en inglés es motor, no motor.
Hi, it's the
Ah,
same author.
fix a motor and the um, control control of different positions of the motor.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So, um, we start with the homework. It was to show a photo of one your important day and to tell, yeah, about this event or about that day. You can share the screen if you want, or you can send the photo in WhatsApp and I can share it.
Okay, la comparto de una vez, ¿ah?
Yes,
Ok,
please.
ok, ok. Bueno, you can see.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Is a photo from the last day of class in my university. Is the last time I see with my friends and classmates. Is important to me because it's the next step in my life for my life as an engineer. Uh, and my friends and classmates were very important in process.
Um, when was it?
¿Cómo, perdón?
When was it?
¿Qué es?
How many years ago? Yeah, when was it? Was it this year or last year?
Ah, last year. Is the last year. Is the this year with my friends. But I don't class this diet, but uh, my classmate and friends uh, decided, decided to decidir,
Decided.
decided go at university, my university. Uh, we see the last day.
Mm. So,
Is sorry.
did you have only four girls?
Son for in my class, yes, but in generation, uh, sh- we they we have eight women.
Hmm? Where did you study? What's the name of the university?
Uh, I'm studying in Tecnológico de Colima.
Mhm.
Is in your mechatronic.
Okay, yeah, I see. And where are you? I use this one. Number four. 1, 2, 3, 4.
¿Cómo, perdón?
The-
Sorry.
Where are you? Uh-huh.
Ah,
So
ah,
you're here?
en for in top, no sé si diga como up, no sé si es arriba para decir arriba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in the
For the
top
left
row.
to right.
Okay, yeah, I found you. Uh-huh. So do you communicate with your schoolmates, with your university mates?
Um, somebody, but maybe seven with my friends. Uh, usually stay in touch with my friend, but no with my class classmate. No, era
Classmates? Mm-hmm.
classmate.
Okay.
Maybe uh, el clear the top, the left or right is my friend. Oh, lo, my friends is the up, all the up, todos los que están arriba, vaya.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All of them are up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see. Thank you. And where do they work?
Sorry,
So which jobs do they have? Where do they work now?
¿dónde está trabajando cada uno?
Well, some of them, where do they work? Do you know something about them? Do you know where they work now?
Ah, um, we all work in practice in different empresas. For example, one actually work in Safran is uh, no recuerdo si empresa, ¿cómo se pronuncia empresa?
Company?
Company. Company is make different pieces, maybe robots
Mm-hmm.
or hands robots.
Okay.
uh, oh, wait a moment. My head headset off. Oh, wait a minute. Listo.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, other other is support uh, support in Vinden is
Okay.
empresa say different um watches, AirPods, or cable of charger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or uh, oh, the woman, the right of left, the first,
Okay.
uh, she worked in Peña Colorada.
Mm-hmm.
She she is in control, electrical, instrumentation. The next woman is in, she is in, eh, no sé si se puede decir igual, pero es una termoeléctrica, que es la que proporciona electricidad termoeléctrica, yo paso a decirle.
Okay, yeah. Thermoelectric.
thermoelectric. Um, she's instrumentist in
Mm. Yeah, she's an
instrumentist
instrumentist.
instrumentist. Other is a boy, uh, middle. El, the six, the left to right.
Yeah,
He está en Monclova, Nuevo León.
yeah,
Y he do a new process. The process is manual actually, but but he work is automatization.
mhm.
Bueno, lo que él tiene que hacer es automatizar, no sé si se pronuncia igual, automation.
Okay, yeah. Try to avoid Spanish. Mhm.
Ah, the process is um, uh, process with PLC, and different sensors, and maybe any camera.
Okay, yeah, I see. The girls they came later, little Elizabeth and Liliana. So we are watching the photo of Fabian. Is his last day at the university with all his classmates. Do you have any questions for Fabian? Would you like to ask him something?
Uh, since I just joined to the class, so what did you study?
I'm studying engineer mechatronic,
Mechatronic engineering.
mechatronic engineering.
Okay. Yeah. Elizabeth, do you have a question for Fabian? Mhm. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah.
yes. How many years did your career last?
Sorry.
How many years did your career last?
¿Qué, cuánto duró la
Ajá,
carrera, algo así?
sí.
Ok, ok. My career usually is in 10 semesters or 5 years,
Mm,
but somebody finally in 6 year.
Mm. Okay. Yes, I see. Thank you, Fabian. I think enough to question you. We're spending 15 minutes already. Poor Fabian. Yeah, thank you. So let's pass to the story of Lily. She sent this nice photo. Um, I hope you can see the photo well. Okay, please, Lily, listen carefully. We will ask some questions after.
So that was the first day I came to my new apartment. So that's my father helping me to move all my furniture. It was an important day for me because that day was the first day that I started to take my stuff to my new apartment. And it's an important event for my life because I started to live alone. I used to live with my parents. So that day I started the adult life living alone in an apartment in El Paso, Texas. And it's also important for me because it's not only um, important because I moved. It is also important because that day it start a new era of my life since I also start a new job.
Yes. Yeah, that's sounds really important. The first question that I have, the mattress, wasn't it spoiled when you doubled it like that?
No, because it's memory foam, so
Ah.
it was easy because of that.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, and what was, or maybe still, what is the most difficult for you to live alone? Maybe to do the shopping, yeah, the grocery list, or to clean your house, or maybe to stay alone at night, or what is difficult for you?
I think probably is that I miss my cats. They didn't get used to live here, so they are with my parents. So I miss them a lot. And of course, I have to pay a lot of bills, and it's more expensive than in Mexico. So that's quite difficult in the first month because I was paying with my salary of Mexico instead of the salary that I got here. So it was hard to pay the bills that first month.
Do you plan to move your cats, to bring your cats to live with you?
No, I already tried it, but they didn't get used to be here because they are really comfortable with my parents because it's always someone at our house. My sister, my father, or my mother, and also the dogs. So they like more to be there. But for now, I adopt a new cat last Sunday, so I have a new cat here.
What's the name of your new cat?
His name is Shino.
And which is the color of your new cat?
He's an orange cat.
Ah, that's cool. Okay. Well, interesting, really. I would ask maybe some other questions, but let's listen to the guys. Elizabeth, your questions?
Mm, what did you like the most about this new stage?
Mm, Probably that I can have my own space. If I want to decor something, I can do it keeping my style. So I like to buy new things for my house and make it feel beautiful for me.
Mm. Sounds nice. Is it an apartment or is it a house?
Yes, it's a small studio. It's just my bedroom, the kitchen, and the bathroom.
Is it very far from your work? How much does it take you to get to your work?
Like 20 minutes. So it's not far, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, other questions? Fabian?
Um, any recommendation for moving for the first time?
Um, Probably mm, um, try to look for a place that you like. Probably you can find a cheaper place to stay But it's important also to see another things like the location or how far is from the main places you want to go. It's important to see if there is like supermarkets near here or if you have options for transportation. And the most important thing it's probably to be comfortable there to make it feel like your home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the places around, I think they are important. Um, yeah, if you're accustomed to go to the supermarket or to the market, you need to check these places, or you have children and you're looking for some schools or some places where you can go. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Lily. That was also very interesting. And Elizabeth, do you have your folder, or maybe for the next time?
No, teacher, I'm sorry. Maybe for the next time.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So we continue working with the workbook then. Workbook page 10. I think we just did exercise A1. If we did B, please tell me because I thought that no. And so, number 1, complete the adjectives in the sentences. Number 1, I was something with W that I'd give a bad presentation, but I didn't. Which adjective can we use with W? I was.
I was nervous.
But it starts with W,
I
yeah?
was.
Worried, no? I was worried that I'd give a bad presentation, but I didn't. Number 2, your home is so nice. I'm
Jealous?
I'm jealous. So we use jealous not only speaking about the relationship, yeah. Also, we feel like envious, not jealous when someone has something better than you. I want to go to bed. I'm
Sleepy.
sleepy. This is a idea that won't work at all.
Silly.
Silly. Mhm. A silly idea. Philip was really when he lost his job.
Upset.
Upset. Stay, everyone. It's not a real fire alarm.
Calm.
Calm. 7. I was before the exam, but once it started, I relaxed.
Nervous.
Nervous.
Nervous, yeah. 8. I'm not just scared. I'm
Terrified.
yeah, that's true. Terrified. Lola's worked so hard on her singing. You must be really of her.
Bro.
Proud. I didn't sleep well. I'm
Exhausted.
exhausted. Exhausted, very, very tired, exhausted. Okay. Complete the conversation using words from the box. So we have angry, bored, calm, exhausted, nervous, proud, silly, and terrified. So let's see. It's small one, just him. Mary, Lily, Addie, Elizabeth.
How was your drama competition?
Good. I was scared at first. Nervous, in fact, but once we um, once we started, I wasn't
Well, I think here is nervous, no?
nervous.
And here is terrified.
Okay, I feel relaxed.
Great. Were you tired after?
Yes, exhausted. My group didn't win, but I wasn't proud. We did well. No, wasn't angry.
Angry. I think.
We did well, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah. Okay. Good. The next one. Narrative tenses. Choose the correct word or phrase to complete the sentences. You remember we saw only three narrative tenses, no? Past simple, past continuous, and past perfect, no? So, number one, I didn't go out last night because I out the night before.
B.
Was been. It's like continuous. It can be one period of time. For example, I don't know exactly that night I was being something, but here it's one action happened before another action in the past. So the first action, I didn't go out, is like the second action, no? And the first was before. So if it was before of past simple, we need to use past perfect.
C.
This one, no? So I didn't go out last night because I had been or I'd been out the night before. So that happened the first. For example, he was out on Tuesday, no? And on Wednesday, he told what was happening also. That was the second action. So the most recent action we express with past simple, and the action that happened before that action we express with past perfect. Number two, when we got to the hotel, that there was a problem with our room.
When we We found.
We found. Here, the actions or something happens one by one. No, something like they got to the hotel, they found that was a problem. So here we don't need to use past perfect. No, it's just past simple. Number 3, I stopped and had a chat with Naomi while I in town.
Mm, mm. While I was shopping in town.
Yeah, you remember past continuous we use also to describe the atmosphere, yeah, to describe the set. So he was shopping or she was shopping, no, and then she stopped. She saw Naomi, so she stopped and she had a chat. But was shopping is just like to describe what was happening that day, the atmosphere, surroundings. Number 4, I couldn't call you because my phone at home.
I left a.
Yeah, because that was the action number 1 that happened. So she or he had left the phone, then he went out, for example, and he couldn't call. That is action number 2. He couldn't call because sometime before, he had left the phone at home. Number 5, we in a tent in the middle of a field when the storm hit.
We were sleeping.
We were sleeping to describe the atmosphere, like what was happening. And 6, when Jack got to the college, he realized that he to bring his laptop. The same with the phone.
Was forgetting?
That could be like to describe the atmosphere, but it's not. It's just a short action. When you forget something, it doesn't take a lot of time. You just forget it, and that's it. What else can it be? So if not B, so is it A or C?
I was no.
So it's not was forgetting, that's wrong. We have 2 options. A, forgot, or C, had forgotten. What do you
That's
think?
C.
C, had forgotten. So that was action number 1. He had forgotten his laptop. And action number 2, he realized it, or he got to the college. Well, let's revise the narrative sentence again, but it feels like it's difficult. It's here. So here we were speaking just about 3 tenses. The first tense is past simple. Past simple. Past simple has a formula. Yeah, the second form of the verb. That means that we use ed at the end, cleaned worked, walked, rested, what it can be, surprised, decided, realized, cooked, washed. Or we use the second form of the verb. So if you see the irregular table, the irregular verbs table, yeah, it will be the second column, the second form. Went, for example, came, ran, at, what else? I know. So, yeah, the second form, no? So we use the past simple for states and actions in the past. We often specify the time when they happened. So usually it mentioned the date, or for example, on Monday I cleaned my apartment, my flat, or in 2015, in 2015, I didn't work, for example, and so on. I left university in 2015. He didn't know the way to Sam's house. How did you meet Harry? So we describe something in the past on a specific date, maybe specific time, and usually we specify the time. The next, past continuous. Yeah, past continuous has a formula. The verb was or were. Was, I was, he was, she was, it was. Were, you were, they were, we were. And we use the verb with in. So I was cooking, I was cleaning, he was reading, she was listening, we were traveling, they were working, you were, I don't know, watching something. So we use the past continuous to give the background information for a story. Or when I was saying atmosphere, no, it's like I wanted to say the background. We use the past simple to talk about the main events. So past simple, we talk about main events. Yeah, for example, yesterday I didn't work. And we use past continuous to express the background. Yeah, yesterday I didn't work. I was staying at home all the day. I was walking through the park. The birds were singing. Children were playing football. I was listening to music. And then happened the main event when the internet crashed. Yeah. For example, I was walking through the park when I saw my best friend. The birds were singing, and I couldn't concentrate. Yeah, I know, on study. Children were playing football when I went out from my house. We often use while and as to talk about two actions which were happening at the same time. They were closing the cafe as we were finishing our coffee. Yeah. Children were playing football as I was playing basketball. The birds were singing while I was reading. I was walking through the park while I was talking on the phone. Often the past continuous action is interrupted by another action in the past simple in the same sentence. I was reading a book when the phone rang. Yeah, I was walking through the park when my mom sent me a message. Yeah, so it can be combined with two actions, two things. And past perfect, it has the formula had for all pronouns. I had, you had, we had, he had, she had, with all of them. And the verb in the third form. The same if it's a regular verb, we use ed. So I had cleaned, I had cooked, I had realized, I had decided, I had watched, I had washed, I had I know, painted. And irregular verbs, so we use the third column. Yeah, the third form of the verb. I had gone, I had seen, I had been, I had, what it can be, I had eaten, I had forgotten, I had come, I had run, and so on. So we formed the past perfect with had plus past participle. I had finished my work. They hadn't visited for a long time. Had you been there before? We use the past perfect to make it clear that an action happened earlier in the past before another action. For this reason, I write number 1 and 2, no? Because this happened the first and this happened the second. Yeah, so I had lost my wallet, so I didn't have any money, no? So the first that happened, he had lost the wallet. So the reason is the reason that he didn't have any money, because before he had lost his wallet. We often use the past perfect after thinking verbs like discover, find out, realize, remember, think. When I got to work, I realized I'd left my laptop at home. So I'd left, it was number 1. And number 2, he realized. The same example that we saw now in the workbook. When I go to work or to university, I realized that I left my laptop. Totally the same. When it is already clear which past action came first, we can use the past simple for both actions. Yeah, when the action they go one by one or fast or something, so we can use in both of them past simple. We can say he had lived in Dublin for 5 years before he moved to Cork, or we can say he lived in Dublin for 5 years before he moved to Cork. I had been at home that day, but suddenly I decided to go out. Okay, I don't know if it's like a little clearer, but anyway, this is the theory, no? And let's see, here the text in the workbook. Complete the text with the past simple, past continuous, or past perfect. So you can open the page with grammar at the end of the book, or on your cell phone you can open this presentation. And let's see which tense we will use to complete the spaces. Past simple, past continuous, past perfect. So past simple, main events. Past continuous, background, atmosphere. Past perfect, the event that happened before, the event of past simple. So about a year ago, I at home watching TV. So first we set a story. We describe the background. Any ideas? So we have 3 options. Past simple, yeah, for main events. In this case, sit, it's irregular verb. It will be sat in the past simple. The second option, past continuous, to describe the background, the atmosphere, what was happening in general on that day, in that place. So it will be was sitting. And one more option is past perfect. Yeah, when we describe that the action happened before some other action. For example, something happened before and it should be something else. No, so in this case it will be had, sit, sat, sat. No. So, what do you think?
1 year ago, I was sitting at home watching TV.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here we say I was sitting. What does it mean? We describe the atmosphere, the background. So about a year ago, I was sitting at home watching TV. Even watching is the same form. Was sitting, was watching. When the doorbell rang, here we see that it had one more action during another action. No? So it was a neighbor to say that my car had a flat tire. I went outside and
So,
saw.
that
It's the second form of see. It's the main event. He went outside and he saw he was right. Someone,
had put
we can use had put to show that it happened before he saw. No? He had put a hole in the tire during the night. I had it fixed, but when I got up a few mornings later, I discovered it.
happened. That's
Mhm. Okay, it happened again. And then a third time, I was really angry and wanted to know who it each time.
did it.
Mhm. Who did it each time, main event. So I got a security company to put some cameras on the side of my house. A few mornings later, the tire was flat again. So
What?
I watched the video, the camera from the night before. So it was before he watched.
The camera had record.
Okay, had recorded from the night before. Do you know what I found out? Well,
Did
okay, it can be also past continuous because with while, like something happened while he was watching. No, I was doing, I was doing my research. It wasn't a person
did
who did all that damage. It was a neighbor's dog. I believe it.
Colden?
Okay, I couldn't believe it. Uh-huh. Oh, it's very possible. My dog that I had before, also, he bit the tire. Yeah, and well, it was just one time. But he was able to make a hole in the tire. So let's see again. Was sitting because we described the background, what was happening. Saw because it's a main event. Had put because that happened before he saw. So it was one action before. Happened, main event. Did, main event. Watched, main event. Had recorded, happened before he watched. Was doing, here we can say that it's like a process, a long action that he was doing his research and then he found out something. Did, the main event. Couldn't believe it, the main event. If you feel something that something is missing for you, so please try to work on it. For example, if you don't know the forms of the verbs see and you don't know that it will be saw in the past, or put, you don't know that it will be the third form put, So try to work on it. They have a lot of different applications, many things. Just search irregular verbs. No, you can find a table, you can find a very big table, you can find a book or different applications. Usually it's like classical, it looks like a table. It's in Russian. Well, yeah, usually it looks like a table. Irregular verbs. And you also can kind of download it. There are some small table, maybe for level A1, A2. They have bigger table. I think in general they are like 300 verbs. For example, in the university we were learning all of them by heart, yeah, by memory. So it looks like that. The first form, awake, the past simple, awoke, and the third form that we use with had, awoken. And the people like study this table like that. Be was verb been, bit, bitten, become, became, become, begin, began, began, bend, bent, bent, bet, bet, bid, bid, bite, bitten. And usually, I don't know, it's cool. Yeah, you do it. I don't know how it is in Mexico, but you should also learn it. Some people they learn these verbs by groups. For example, some verbs they don't change. For example, bed, cut, put, cost. And some of them they change the same, like lead, led, meet, met, leave, left, land. Some of them they have three forms different. Not all of the forms are different, like lay, lane, and so on. So you can choose your own like way to learn it, or with some applications, no, where you can learn it in a funny way. And what else? If you don't know the tenses, grammatical tenses, at least concentrate on the tenses we are watching right now. For example, for the moment, we don't see all the tenses of English, 12, or people say 16 of them. No? We just see past simple, past continuous, and past perfect. So try to practice it like extra. No, you can search the same on the internet exercises for past simple. So find the theory, you can find a video, you can listen in Spanish how they explain it. Sometimes it's difficult to understand the grammar in English. Maybe you need some explanations in your native language, and after you can do some exercises. Believe me, you won't pass more than one evening doing it or 2 evenings. No, you don't need a lot of time for this because you already know all this. Just maybe you need to refresh a little. Yeah, so you just, I don't know, watch one video, make some exercises. Like 2 days will be more than enough. Okay, past simple. It's very easy in reality. Past continuous also, it's very easy. Past perfect, maybe it's a little more difficult because we don't use it so often. But don't listen to people who say, no one use it and so on. Yeah, by native speakers, they used these tenses, and it's important to know this. Like small details like we are watching now, for example, if we tell one story, which tenses it's good to use. For example, this is a good tip to use past continuous for describe some background and so on. So try to work on your own, how to say, weak moments. Because but first we can't cover everything on the class. Second, everyone has maybe his own problems, his own questions, so you can try to solve it yeah, alone and so on. And also that we can't be so slow going by according our plan. No, for not to, I don't know, stop and maybe doing more exercises on some tenses if all of you have different um, like well understanding in this topic. No, maybe for someone it's kind of easy what we are doing, and for someone a little difficult, so try to work it alone. Okay, and the last thing, pronunciation. Let's listen and write the words you hear. So do you hear was, do you hear were, or do you hear had? Let's finish it. We have already very little time, but let's do it.
Audio 2.01. 1.
Everyone had eaten before we arrived.
Mhm. What was that? Was, were, or had?
Everyone had eaten before we arrived.
Had?
Had. Everyone had eaten. Yeah? Had eaten. Everyone had eaten before we arrived.
2.
We were waiting for a bus for ages.
Where?
Were. We were waiting for a bus for ages.
3.
He'd heard the song many times before.
Had.
Had. It's like he had heard the song. Yeah, he had heard the song many times before.
4.
I was looking forward to going out.
Was?
I was looking forward to go out.
5.
We were expecting it to rain.
Where?
We were expecting it to rain.
6.
She'd slept a lot, so she wasn't tired.
Was.
She wasn't tired, and it was also had. She had slept. No, she had slept out. Let's try to repeat the sentences.
Everyone had eaten before we arrived.
Everyone had eaten before we arrived. Everyone had eaten before we arrived.
2.
We were waiting for a bus for ages.
We were waiting for a bus for ages. We were waiting for a bus for ages.
3.
He'd heard the song many times before.
He had heard the song many times before. He had heard the song many times before.
4.
I was looking forward to going out.
I was looking forward to going out. I was looking forward to going out.
5.
We were expecting it to rain.
We were expecting it to rain. We were expecting it to rain.
6.
She'd slept a lot, so she wasn't tired.
She had slept a lot, so she wasn't tired. She had slept a lot, so she wasn't tired. Okay. So your homework will be listening. We will listen together. It will be a writing, a personal story. Choose the correct linking phrase. And then you're going to write a story about the problem on a journey. Answer the questions with your own ideas. So you write a story about your traveling experience and some problem that you had on travel. Maybe it's something similar we did already. For example, Lily was telling about her problem in this capsule hotel. Maybe you can remember some other problem. So here we write about problem on a travel. That is your homework for Tuesday. So have a nice weekend. We see each other on Tuesday and a nice day tomorrow too. Good night. Thank you. See you. Goodbye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher.
Goodbye.